Heirs of Heresy was an absolutely fantastic addition to the Alan Barr repertoire of role-playing games published by Osprey, and I really liked the atmosphere. Not happy with doing that, Osprey now has sent me this beauty, Faith and Fear. It's a supplement for Heirs of Heresy. Is this going to be worth the amount of money that you're going to have to pay to get your hands on it? Welcome to the GMS Magazine RPG unbooking videos. Heirs of Heresy really brought us to the Templars and made us become those persecuted soldiers who so faithfully followed the religion of the god and blah 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 blah, and I could go on blah 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 blah, but then you can watch the video. But Faith and Fear actually brings us other things. This is not just an adventure, this is a supplement that comes with a ton of new information in a very small tome indeed, which is quite cool as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a look inside. Well, firstly, I love the cover. I think going for the window of a church style is absolutely beautiful. I love the color palette. I think it looks fantastic, and it doesn't hold back in telling the story of the Templars and how bloody the history of this order is. It's quite good to see how they're going for evil or faith, you know, what they're doing. I think from the art direction point of view, this is an absolute triumph, and I really love it. The hardback feels fantastic to the touch. Seriously, it's very, very good. Inside, let's take a look at the table of content, which is always a good indicator of what, you know, the book inside, how much it's going to give us. And thank goodness this time they have really good table of content, because other books do not Osprey necessarily, they actually do pretty good usually. So anyway, let's see one thing I'm interested in. Okay, I'm going to be very talk orientated here, okay, but this is not centered. Here is closer, and I know that this is to do with the binding. This is nothing to do with the layout itself. The layout itself is perfect because it's meant to be all the way to here, but there is a little bit of stitching there of glue that makes it look like this is closer to the left than to the right. So I know it isn't, but my graphic design art direction hat is on, and but not their fault. Okay, in fact, it's nobody's fault. But the table of contents I really like. We get a foreword, the introduction, knightly order, so we are introduced to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 new orders, which is good. And from page 18, we get the two different modes of play, solo and campaign play. Now the solo play, all the rules will be explained in Heirs of Heresy, so I'm not expecting a huge, massive amount of rules, and in fact, we're getting 5 pages of solo rules, which is good. I like the idea that they have included a solo mode, because I'm finding solo modes to be very good, not just for me when, you know, my friends cannot make it, or I'm on a train journey and I want to keep myself amused without having to resort to the console, but also because they tend to be very, very good inspiration for adventures. You know, if you have a few hours to spare, or you know, while you're watching television or whatever, you can dedicate yourself to play solo. And in reality, what you're doing is you're creating your own adventure, which is very, very good. If you supplement this with some adventure generator, like the one from Log Battle Maps, for instance, that would be an absolutely endless opportunity to create adventures very, very easily. So campaign play, good, only 3 pages, because we go into Faith and Fear from page 27, and then Stronghold and Sieges, good idea to incorporate this, because this would be commonplace in many, many places at the time, I mean, not now. Relics, we have a nice wealth of relics in Heirs of Heresy. Having more is very very good. Some cities and locations, so spy networks, non-player characters, encounters, exploration, very good. New enemies, I like that. New quality, new mobs, new fearsome, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4 adventures. They're not very long because they go from page 69 to 74. Page 74, I presume, was 75 to 78, and then 79 to 82. So they're going to be very short adventures, but that's actually not bad at all. Then we get the appendix on pages 96, where we get the credits. So not a copious volume by any means, but I get the feeling that this is, oh my god, the map, I love the map. I love maps. I really like maps. Oh, okay. The forward, the layout is actually pretty good. One column, which is fine for a book this size. Personally, I prefer 2 columns because it makes it easier for me to read. But then I am this, dyslexic person, so there you go. But it feels quite airy. A little bit more separation between paragraphs if possible, please. That will make it even better. Absolutely perfect. The illustrations, as always, so amazing. I really love the style that they have used for this. Very realistic, and I really love that. Very good decisions in terms of titles and subtitles, how they are differentiated without changing too much the size, which is very good. I think they probably color the knightly orders, and yep, every chapter. Oh, look at that. This is good. Modes of play with a few action theme tables. I need to take a look at the solo play a little bit more closely, because to be perfectly honest, I think that the Star Trek Captain's Log has put the bar so high up there for solo mode in role-playing games that I wonder how this is going to do. Oh, look at Kerenos in there. This is interesting. What's meant to be a Christian order worshipping a pagan god, because Kerenos is a pagan god, and no, it isn't. Okay, no. Look into history. It is not. That's it. I won't say anymore. Just Google it. So we get acts of healings, new acts of faith, exorcism, foresight, healing, and sacrifice, which is good. You know, the Templars can perform acts, which is like a manifestation of their faith and their power. And that's new things that they weren't in the previous. Acts of fear, atonement, violence, insight, and deceit. So you see, this is one thing I like about this this game, is that Templars are not necessarily these monolithic, super duper cool, good kind of people. You can create all sorts, and that is love. Stronghold and sieges, and here we have somebody falling from, escaping from a prison by the looks of the chains and the wrists. I do love the feel of this. I love that it feels very easy to read, because you don't get super duper long chapters. These are all very tiny little chapters which you can read in a little while, and before you realize you have already read everything, which is absolutely brilliant. So for this, I I'm excited, very, very excited. And this will be read as soon as I possibly can, so I can tell you everything about it. In the meantime, if you've already read it or played the adventures, I would love to hear what you have to say. So please, please, please let me know down there in the comments section. I would love to hear that. But until the next time, thank you very much indeed, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.